Hello everybody and welcome back to Vixen Purple's Crochet and More. I am your host Cheryl, and at the time of this filming it is a November 25th of 2024. It is nighttime right now. It's more like about 8:30ish in my time in the mountains here of Colorado Springs. Hello from Colorado Springs to begin with. I do want to apologize to everybody that I have been MIA for about 3 weeks. I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff. Mainly my depression has been very, very, very high, and I have been suffering from lack of motivation. Not a fun thing, but I have been crocheting, I have been doing stuff and working and trying to function as a normal human being, as if normal can be for someone like me. I do have quite a bit of stuff here. I have finally got my the rest of my Hirschner's order that I ordered 3 weeks ago, and then I have gotten some things but I wanted to come on and show you what I have been doing. But let's go ahead and do I'm looking around, the finished makes first. So I'm gonna reach over here and show you guys what I have gotten, and I will be talking about them. Sorry, I am just a little bit kind of disheveled here. So, okay. Most of you guys remember that I was working out of this book, which is Mabel Bunny and Company. And I was hinting that I was working on this project. Well, I just want to let you guys know it is finished. Put this over here. And I wanted you guys to see what she looks like. So she is done. I got her scales on, her wings, everything, and she is done. Now, I will be honest with you, I screwed up on the leg, so her leg is kind of crooked, but she is done, and I thoroughly enjoy her. This was made out of, let me see if I can find the stuff, put her right here next to me. Maybe not. Maybe she'll be a co-host. There we go. You can see part of her nose. There we go. Okay. She was made with the loops and, oh my gosh, and I forgot to bring the rest of it up. Loops and Threads ring spun. Here's the label. And this is the colorway that I had, and I didn't bring my glasses, and I'm so sorry. Hold that thought. Okay, sorry about that. I couldn't read the label because it was super, super small, and I didn't bring my glasses up here. But this here is made out of this part here. Get her in here. The multicolored is made out of Concord Multi, and then the other one was called Grape, I think Grape Jam, but it's out of the ring spun. This pattern I found a lot easier than my first one. Where did my dog go? Oh, he's up there behind the gnome. Right there behind the gnome. And like I said, when I was putting her together, I wasn't paying attention to her legs, and her leg is kind of crooked, as you can see right there. One's kind of facing the opposite and the other one is facing straight forward. But I thoroughly enjoyed this pattern, and I used a technique where you take, if you're not using any knitting needles, and I stuck the needles through her head to join her body to get her head to be straight and everything, as well as her arms and legs. And I think I did a pretty good job, despite the fact that she doesn't want to stay where she's Stay. Okay. That I did with this. I love I like the pattern. I'm thinking about doing that pattern again. I do have some other 5-weight yarn that I can use, or I can use the pink and stuff like that. But I got some things thinking about going on. I'm thinking about doing with the pink this bunny right here. I haven't decided yet. I wanted to see what I thought of the pattern first, but anyhow, that'll be in the future projects. But I have been kind of busy. So as you guys know, I have a label to throw into my little bucket here, which I've got to start getting busy and counting up how much I've been using. So this gets to go in here, which is kind of nice. The other thing I've worked on is a couple of things. Actually, quite a bit of things that I've been working on over the last couple of weeks. Oh, yeah, it's in there. Okay. Some of these are not finished, and some of them are. I have to embellish them. What is this? Okay. Oh, another thing over here to talk about. Okay. All right. So I had a ball of mystery yarn. I didn't know what it was, but it was green, blue, and a mauvey pink. This is all I have left of that, and it was a 4.1 ounce ball, as you can see right there, of that. And I've wound up to making a beanie with this pattern. And all I did was just do half double crochets in a panel and sewed it up and cinched it together. And now I have one of those beanies that you can actually fold up like this. And you can do it that way. I thought this turned out pretty good. I didn't know what I was going to do with the ball because I only had one of that. So this is going to go over here for right now. And what I had left, I wound up making just a basic beanie. And then I took and I had a ball of, I think this is Black Glimmer from Mary Maxim. And when I weighed the ball, it was 1.1 ounce. This is all I have left of that. That will go into a scrappy project, but this is what I got for the hat. And I just did a basic beanie. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but I kind of did a 1 by rib on that. It's really hard to see, but it just kind of give it some depth and go from there. But that's a finished hat. Now this can actually go into my little container again. The other thing I've been doing is I've had a couple of things that like I said, I'm still not quite finished with. I had this older Caron Christmas glitter, and it was in a little ball. Here's the label. And this is called a glitter ombre. And I wound up making a few things here. And I think I left the other one down there. Oh, well, that's what happens. Okay, so this one I kind of did followed a tutorial by Fiberflux. And I still have to finish embellishing it. I do need to put like a little bow and something else on here. But she did this where it's a little ornament hanging wreath. And then on top of that, I was watching Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches, and she did a candy cane candy ornament. Well, this is my version of the candy cane ornament, and that's what I did with this one. So that's 2 out of this project. And then I was watching Bag O'Day, and she did a bell ornament And this is what I've made. To me, this looks like a hat for some reason. It just looks like a hat. It doesn't look like a bell. It looks like a hat. So that's what I got. And then I decided, well, you know what? I have this yarn out. I'm still playing with it. So I decided to make a bigger bell by adding a couple more rows and doing the starting point bigger. And then what I did was I just took a snip of a yarn, and I just went ahead and chained some chains. Instead of before closing it off, I just went in there and just tied it up and stuffed it. And I still have to weave ends, but this is what I've got on this one. And then this is kind of my own thing because I couldn't get it to functioning right because I wasn't paying attention on how many chains I was doing when I did this. So I made a bunch of curly cues, and then I just tied it all together in a braid. And then I'm going to take and figure out what I'm going to do and make it into like a Christmas ornament. So that's what I did with this. And I did 3 different sizes. I have another one, but I think I left it downstairs. And then I decided, oh, I'm going to get smart. And I was going to make this one into a bigger panel or wider panel. And when I got to putting it together, it didn't turn out quite as expected. But it's still a candy, but it's a chunky candy. So this is what I did. And then I just stuffed it and then sewed it and closed it off and got that. So Jennifer's pattern, I just made it longer, and then I folded it up and stuffed it. So that is what I've got out of that one glitter ball or Christmas glitter label. And this was a 3 ounce skinny yarn, and it was a full ball. So that's going to go into the label. And then on this one, I decided I still need to tie off ends, and I didn't do that. I used a full label, a full skein, shall I say. This I've had in my stash, and I think I picked this up at the thrift store here in town, and I think I paid, what did I pay for this? Well, I really can't see it, but I think it was 95 or 75 cents. But anyhow, this is what I had. It was wrapped around it. And I weighed it, and it was 2.9 ounces of yarn. So it wasn't a full skein. So, but I still managed to make something really pretty out of it. And I think it turned out really, really nice using this yarn. And it's got pink, maroon, not maroon, yes, maroon, and white. And that's what I decided to do with it. So I made another hat with this. And went from there. And then I had some left over when I had a little bit bigger ball. So I decided I was going to make a square. My thought was to consider doing a log cabin style, either a blanket or something, but I hadn't figured it out. But anyhow, this is what I made. This is all that I have left. So I will put this into this scrap bin to where I'll put it into another project, like a scrappy, oh my goodness, I can't think today. A scrappy basket. That's what I was trying to think. So that will go over here. And then, while I was busy doing stuff, I decided to make this little dress. It's red, and it was a 2.1 ounces. It was a, at one time it was a full skein, and this is called Hot Red. And the original, oh my goodness. You know, I had it here for a minute. I don't know what I did with it. I think this was about a 3 or 4 ounce ball. Let me take this label off. So it wasn't a full skein, and it was supposed to have 364 yards, and I have used, I weighed it out to 2.1 ounces. So I made this little cute little top, or which I still have to do this, but so I made this. My camera's showing up orange, and I do apologize. It is definitely redder than that. But yeah, I just made this little toppy or short skirt or whatever. That's all I have left of that. So I need to weave in those ends on that. And then I decided I was going to do another hat like the blue and the blue, pink, and green. But this time I was using Big Twist value, and this is the colorway of, what are you? Jack-o'-lantern. And so I made another stretchy beanie and half double crochets where you could flip it up. This was, when I was doing this, the yarn seemed to split on me quite a bit, but I liked how this patterned out. And this reminded me, when I was making this, of actually using this yarn to make like a tiger or a cat using these colors. And I thought that would be really interesting. I will have to see about doing that. But that's one out of this one. And the other one, I actually had to add some black to it to finish it off because I didn't have enough, because this is all that I had left to go around, and there wasn't enough to finish off the stitches. And then so I made this hat, completely different, but it's interesting to look at. But yep. And then I used a scrap ball of some fuzzy black that I had, and I thought, oh, that'll be cool. So there's two hats out of one skein of yarn. So that's going to go into my pile of labels. And then the other thing I had, and this is all that I had left, let me untie it here, is this buff, Red Heart buff, and it was a 1.8 ounce ball. There's my label on that. So that's going to go over there too. And then this is all that I had left of that. And this is I did a little front post, back post shirt or top or something like that for my 18-inch dolls. So there's that. That'll go into a scrappy pile. And last but not, oh, there the other one is. This is that other piece that I was telling you about. And I just kind of made a curly cue, and it got flattened. That's what happens when you move stuff up here. And this is all I have left. So this would be considered a little ornament too, just kind of hanging up on the Christmas tree. And then last but not least, you guys remember that I did with the ping pong yarn from was it the Caron? Yes, it was Caron. And then I had a little bit of black and a little bit of white left over. Well, I had enough of the white and the black to do a snowman head ornament. Now, I think I have some stuff that I can actually use to embellish the hat. I'm just haven't gotten that far. I did find some older buttons that had little like pearls in them, and these were like the oh my gosh, the round buttons that have the little loopy thing on the back to and then I just found an orange button for the nose and then stitched on a smile, and that's what I made. And now I have a fuzzy glittery snowman head that I just need to finish embellishing. And that is it on the makes. Now, on the next thing I'm working on, you guys will remember that I am working on, that's not what I wanted, a baby blanket using the retro stripes. So this is about a half a skein, but I'm still not finished with it. This is something I'm still working on. And then I decided I was gonna, after going through almost all of my patterns and not finding anything or stitches that I'd like to do to make this baby blanket for my mom, I decided I was just gonna wing it because Miss Jane from Scraptastic Yarns has been working on blankets like this, and she's like, start off with a square and change it up. And so, well, I've been following her advice. So this is what I've got. Now I did the three grannies in the center and then working it around it. I'm still working around the other pieces, and I'm just going to be ad-libbing. So I'm using Red Heart White, and this was the, I don't know if you guys remember this, but everyone calls them the toilet seat lids on the yarns because they were a donut like that. So I had picked up on a thrift, not a thrift haul, clearance haul from Michael's one year. This was a while back. They just came out with the Ogos, and Walmart was starting to carry them, and it just seemed like it wasn't in there for more than a week, and then they started clearancing them out. So I picked up like 4 of these, and even though it was white, for like $2 a skein, or a lid, whatever you want to call. But that's what I'm working on with this thing. And then so far, this is what I've got. That's the back side, Cheryl, for the start of the blanket. And I still have a lot more to go, but I just wanted to show you what my progress is and where I'm going so far with this blanket. And at this particular point in time, as you can see, I'm still working on with the white, so it's not a finished skein, but I do have 2 skeins already in the retro stripes to add to my labels for how much yarn I have used for the year. So that is it for the labels. Now I got to put those away before I lose them. Let me show you the yarn that I got that was on back order from Hirschner's. And let me open it up. And this was called Pumpkin Spice. And believe it or not, Joann's does not have it, or I would have got it at Joann's. But this was a 2-pack of the Pumpkin Spice. And it doesn't show up. It shows up a lot lighter, but trust me, it's a lot darker in person. And I thought this was very, very pretty. This is right. Can I see that? Yeah, there's the label. I will show you. There's the label on this. Oh, there we go. Whoops. It doesn't want to focus now. There we go. That's almost true to color right there. Almost. A little bit darker. But I got, these were the 2 that was missing from my order. And these were 2 balls for almost $22, but it was a little bit cheaper than that. And I thought, well, you know what? That's still pretty cheap considering that at $12.99 or more, this was a lot cheaper to get it that way. So I got those in finally. So now I can do the projects that I wanted to do. Oh, sorry. Last but not least, I also have another thing. Whoops, timber. Labels are falling. I had a cake of yarn of, and I'm still working off that cake. It was supposed to be a 7-ounce ball, but it only had 5 point something, and I'm still working on it. But I did want to show you guys that I made this hat with that color. And this is kind of like a lavender or stuff on this hat. So I have to say that I still have quite a bit of yarn. I think I can get another full hat out of it. I'm going to see. I'm going to try. I'm going to see and if I can, but that's what I've made so far. So, yep, that's it on those. Now, set these over here. Now, this is something that, well, part of this I can blame on somebody, but I'm not going to blame all of it because I've been eyeing some of these books for a while. The other one I haven't until somebody showed me it. I went well, how can I say this? I told my husband I wanted to get a book, and I'll show that book here in a few minutes. Because I saw Shannon from Another Yarn show this book, and because she's got grandbabies out coming, and technically so do I, and she showed the book, and I'm like going, okay, I got to get it. And so I told asked my husband, because the count is through Amazon, is mainly on his deal. So I told him, I says, can you please get me the book? And while you're at it, can I get these other ones? Well, he doesn't realize it. He'll probably listen to it later, but in a few days, it's going to be my birthday. Actually, it's going to be Saturday, the 30th. And that is my 56th birthday. So I told him, I says, I want to get it. But anyhow, I digressed. I went squirreled there. Don't want to. But anyhow, Miss Shannon was showing this this crochet book, and some of these patterns are really, really super nice, and I kind of want to try it. And I have to thank her for showing this because I would have never seen this book. And it's called Timeless Textured Baby Crochet 20 Heirloom Crochet Patterns for Babies and Toddlers. And this is the book. And this is by, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to pronounce her name, but that's her name right there. I don't know if you guys could see it. Right there. But anyhow, this was like, I don't know what my husband paid for it, but it was like less than $20 on this. Oh, somebody's going with being holidayed. Someone drove around with their car with Christmas lights all over it. So I'm like, oh, okay, squirreled. So anyhow, I was going through this, and she went through this and showed some rompers and a whole bunch of really cute stuff. And the fact that they have pictures in here that demonstrates the stuff like that, showing you how to do things. And I thought, you know what, that's better than me printing a bunch of paper when I can just get it in book form. It's got baby slippers in here, so like that. Rompers. Well, there's some of the projects right there. So I'm just kind of looking forward to see what else is in here. I thought that was some pretty cool stuff. So thank you, Miss Shannon, if you're watching. I really appreciate the recommendation of the book. I went ahead and got it, and yeah, that's what I got. So while I was there, I also picked up a couple of other books. One I've been kind of eyeing for a very, very long time because I want to make some dolls, but I just haven't got the courage up to do it and all this other fun stuff. So got this book. It says Crochet You. And it's about dolls with handicaps and stuff like that. So like a wheelchair, or some of them are in braces, or some have an amputee or something to that effect. I know that Miss Terry over at Yarn Joy Podcast showed this book. And I thought that was pretty cool because I know she does books that have, not books, dolls for kids that have like, heart scars or from heart transplants or something to that effect. Some have a feeding tube or something like that. And she was just showing pictures that she did with, not pictures, the dolls that she would do for that particular project. I don't remember what it is, but you'll probably remember. But anyhow, this is what I'm talking about. Dolls with oh my gosh, I can't think of these, crutches and leg prosthetics, braces, wheelchairs. See, this was the wheelchair and stuff. And I thought, you know what, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have as a part of my book collection is to have this in case something like that does um, come up to where I do do crochet dolls. The other thing I picked up is this book, and one of the reasons why I picked this book up was because Miss Shannon has from Another Yarn, has a head of a creature, and this one reminds me of that creature. So I picked up this amigurumi book, and it says 35 enchanted crochet patterns in creating cute crafts. And this is why I picked it up, because this one reminds me of her little head that's on one of her shelves. So, and there's some really cute pictures in here and patterns, and I still have to go through it. I mean, some of the wording looks really decent to where you can really don't have to stress your eyes out. The fonts are pretty big, it looks like. Let's see if I could find something in here that doesn't have too much of a pattern. There we go. Let's do this one. So as you can see, that the fonts are really good size on that, and I thought that was pretty cool. So there's a whole bunch of creatures in here. The flamingos, it's got a llama, it's got that bug, it's got a T-Rex in there, bears, tigers, cats, llamas, and then I already said that, but anyhow. The other one I picked up, I wasn't expecting it to be this big, is called Amigurumi, beginner level Amigurumi for adorable collections, and it's 40 heroes, animals, and monsters to crochet, and it's by Leisure Arts. And this is what I picked up, is this one. And then I thought this would be kind of cool, is to have this chubby mermaid. And I kind of actually want to start the chubby mermaid. I might have some yarn that I'd like to use with that. But anyhow, that's one of the things that I've been doing. And there's some really cute cute things in here. There's some scarves in here that has animals, if I can find it. Where are you? Okay. I'm trying to flip it through. Oh, this is the other thing that I've been kind of wanting to do. The chicken. Look at that chicken. This one would be so fun. You can use so many different colors, and it would just be kind of cute to make. I think I need to add another different type of chicken in my collection. It's got bunny rabbits, doggies. This is cute. This kind of reminds me of doing a basset hound in form like this, but it's supposed to be a dachshund. But I thought that was kind of cute. Let's see, kitty cat, fox. Here we go. So this is a fox scarf and hat, which I thought was kind of cute. That would be a good way to use up fun fur for sure. And let's see, there was another one in here that I thought was really adorable. I think it's towards the end. There we go. This is called Monte the puppy, or the dog. And it's a little scarf. Thought that was kind of cute. There's one more in here that has, I think, a giraffe. Let's see, come on. Oh, here's one of the monsters. right there on that. Here it is. And it's called Thomas the Giraffe. I thought that was cute. So anyhow, those are the books that I picked up, and I just kind of wanted to share with you guys to show you what I got and go from there. So that is about what's been going on, other than lack of motivation and everyday normal struggles in life and everything else like that. Just trying to survive. It's just not been easy. I know I deal with my depression a lot, and a lot of times I don't like talking about it, um, because I don't want people to think that I'm using it as a crutch, when all honesty I am not, and stuff like that. But a lot of that's probably just me not a feeling, well, not feeling like I'm overburdening at times on when I talk about stuff. But anyhow, that is basically what I've got to show you guys. Let me know what you guys think on this. I don't want to make this too much longer. It's already all close to 40 minutes on this, and that's a long time. But then again, I've also have a lot here to show, and let me know what you guys think of the Christmas ornaments, the baby blanket, or TT the dragon. I think this is one of my favorites. And I know there's a couple of things on here I would do differently next time. And one is I would double the panels and sew it together. Same way with the ears and the spikies on this. But other than that, I think she turned out really, really cute. So, but anyhow, that's what I've got so far on this. All right, guys. So let me know what you think. And by the way, happy Thanksgiving. This is the Thanksgiving week for us here in the U.S. Thursday, I've got no plans except for cooking small meals. I should be making some banana bread and pumpkin bread to take to work and have everybody mad at me because they want it now instead of when I feel up to it. Let's see, nothing real special. My I think my kids will be working that day, so it's probably going to be just me and the hubby. I don't know, but we'll see what's going to happen. I know I have that day off, even though it's only one day, and then I got to go back to work on Friday. Don't want to, but it has to happen. But other than that, I'm going to try to make another video for Saturday, and we'll see what happens. I can't promise anything because I know that my level is not in a very good space, and I need to get myself focused and do more and not feel like, oh, I don't want to do it today. The lack of motivation, I have to get out of that, which is kind of hard, but I will survive. I will go through it. I will move on. Um, this week we're supposed to be getting some snow, which is good, but not good because I really don't like the snow driving in it because, yeah, people are kind of crazy. But other than that, we're going to be good. So, with that being said, thank you for joining me. If you like what you saw, please hit that subscribe button. You never know what I'm going to make. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of my projects and stuff. I think there's a couple of my favorites besides the dragon. I think the snowman is the one that gets me all the time. But then again, I also like the chunky Christmas candy. So yeah, that's something that I thought was fun. And then it used up a skein yarn that's no longer in my stash, which is a good thing. So anyhow, with that being said, you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you guys you will enjoy it with your family and having fun and staying safe out there. Those of you guys that are heading in for some inclement weather, please stay safe and stay warm. It's not fun because I know it's been happening here. Didn't want to do it, but it's happened. But anyhow, guys, all right, I'm going to say goodnight for now. big hugs from me to you guys. We'll see you guys on the next video. You guys take care. Bye-bye.